All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 10th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 517.60. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five, except for Diamond Dow, are still in uptrends, made outside days, and closed over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. All right, so they all made made lower lows and higher highs. But most all of them closed at the end of the day at the high of the day yesterday. Now, Diamond Dow still in a downtrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closed inside the bearish trap below the 17 EMA. GLD still in an uptrend, made a new all-time high for the 8th day in a row. While silver made a new 2.5-year high for the 6th day in a row. USO still in an uptrend, near a 6-month high, made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside the bullish trap above the rising 17 EMA. UNG started a new uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the trap and the flat 17 EMA. Now let me repeat that one because it's been a long time. UNG started a new uptrend. Okay, so we started a new uptrend yesterday for UNG. And by the way, we got an inverse head and shoulders going on there. US dollar index is in an uptrend, closing the day around the 104.10 area, just over the flat 200 SMA. Today we got CPI, that's the main event this week, and the FOMC statement regarding inflation at 2 p.m. today. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, yesterday's price action, outside day, higher high, lower low, closing over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Let me see if I can find the 17. There's your 17 right there. All right, for the SPY pivot, where did I pick? Okay, on the price action yesterday, it's about 517.60. Price came down to this area. Price bounced back up to this area. Price ripped through it and came back and tested this area. So right here, 517.60. That's my pivot for today. Below that, I'm a bear. Above that, I'm a bull. That's for the SPY. Now, when we left off yesterday, we were in a 10-minute uptrend. When we left off yesterday, we're also in a 2-hour uptrend that just crossed right through there. So SPY 2-hour uptrend, 10-minute uptrend, and daily uptrend. Let's go back to the QQQ. Not go back, let's go visit the QQQ. QQQ doing the same thing here. Okay. Lower low, higher high. Closing over the bullish cross. It's a 3 crossing over the 8. Over the 17 EMA. QQQ. SPY finished near the high of the day. QQQ did not. Looks like QQQ had a pullback at the end of the day. Not really. I don't know why the candle's like that. I guess that little much right there, we'll see what happens. I'll look at it a little bit later. But anyways, closing over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Let's take a look at IWM, Russell 2000. Okay, lower low, higher high, closing over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. FNGU, same thing, lower low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Diamond down. Okay, this is the outlier. Lower high, lower low, closing inside the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. There's diamond down, still in a downtrend. They broke this low right here. So they broke the low. We got a lot of lows down through here. Got another low here, another low here, another low here. So they're in a downtrend until they break, well, this high right up here. So we'll see what Diamond Dow wants to do. Right now, they're in a downtrend underneath the 17 EMA with a bearish trap right now. Let's take a look at USO. This is crude oil, yesterday's price action. Lower low, lower high, closing inside the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. So there's crude oil. Crude oil's in an uptrend. So far today, everything's in an uptrend except for Diamond Dow. On the daily chart. Okay, UNG. Okay, UNG topped out this high yesterday, which gave it a brand new uptrend. So here's UNG, was in a downtrend, all right, and crossed this downtrend line. All right, so UNG took out the high, made a new high. UNG in an uptrend. So UNG made a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap, 3 on top of the 8, and over a flat 17 EMA. That's the green dot right there. Okay, so there's UNG in an uptrend, breaking the downtrend right there. Got a lower high, a higher low, and a higher high right there. So there's UNG. Got a little inverse head and shoulders happening here. See if I can get this up. All right, so you can see this would be the head. There's your right shoulder, and there's your left shoulder. Targets, if you decide to take this long, targets are going to be right here. This breakdown candle high right there. That would be my first target. All right, so it's a nice little move if you want to take that trade. All right, so there's UNG. All right, let's take a peek at silver. Silver made a new, for the 6th day in a row, made a new 2.5-year high here with a higher low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. So silver, the new 2.5-year high right there for silver. Definitely in an uptrend. Gold. Gold made a new all-time high for the 8th time in a row. That's the 8th day in a row. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. Gold in an uptrend. So far, everything's in an uptrend except for Diamond Dow. So there's gold in an uptrend. Let's take a look at our technicals. What do our technicals tell us from yesterday? All right, so we came out of the chop zone, out of the buy zone. Bounced on the buyer's chop zone, made a lower high right there. From the lower high, we made a lower low into the buyer's chop zone. Kind of flashed off the midpoint here. Back up, right up to here. And still in the chop zone, made another lower high right there. Then we created a higher low. And from the higher low, they did a little hurry up right there. Notice how they did the hurry up so that they could make the higher high before leaving and closing the day. So we made a lower high, made a lower low. Okay, then we made a higher low at the end of the day. And then they did a little hurry up at the very end of the day and made the higher high. So there's T2123. So that was T2122. Today we got CPI, so you can see it went from green to red to green to red, and then a big green at the end right there, T2123. For the most part, green all day, for the most part, except for 5 candles there. On the 3-bar chart, price action still hovering right over the 17 EMA trend indicator right there. So there's price action consolidating right over the all-time highs. So this is what we want, price to consolidate on top of here. And now we want to see bulls step in and take it up, make a new high. So that's T2123 doing exactly what we want it to do. FNGU. All right, so here's price action for yesterday. Started out bullishly, and then we faded back underneath this 200 right here. So we faded back under the 200, got trapped under it, made a higher low right here. And you can see then we did a hurry up and made a higher high before closing the day. All right, so that they could end the day with a higher high and a higher low. So they left with an uptrend. There's FNGU. All right, so we'll come back over here and we'll look at a few sectors. All right, so here's SMH. This is our semiconductors ETF. Make sure what we got here. This is today, okay? Outside day on the semiconductors, SMH. Okay, SMH still in an uptrend. All right, so outside day gives it a lower low and a higher high, closing over bullish cross. Okay, right over the 17 EMA. So semiconductors kind of consolidating here over to the right, but still in an uptrend. They're not broken. Not till we break this low right here. Semiconductors still in an uptrend. Let's look at technology. Technology still in an uptrend. Not till we break this low right here. Okay, so here's technology. Outside day as well. Okay. Got a lower low and a higher high. And we closed between, right here, between the cross and the 17 EMA. Technology looking a little bit weak this morning, or from yesterday. XLF is our financials. Financials looking the same way. Got a higher high and a lower low outside day, closing under the between the cross and the 17 EMA. XLF still in an uptrend. Okay, not till we break this low or this low right here. Right now we're just consolidating. All right, so here's XLF, just consolidating over to the right in bull flag fashion. IYT. All right, IYT has to break this low to be in a downtrend. Right now, still in an uptrend. IYT, yesterday's price action. That would be yesterday. Lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap, below the 17 EMA. Still have not broken this low. They're still in an uptrend, just bull flagging right now. XLI, these are our industrials. Not till we break these lows here are we in a downtrend. XLI consolidating over to the right. XLI lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. So notice XLI looking quite a bit stronger than, let's just say, XLK. No, XLF is what I meant. Yeah, XLF. Okay, industrial's looking a little stronger than XLF. And XLK, I don't know if I did XLK. Maybe I hit the wrong one. Yeah, XLK right here. Again, outside day. Closing over the bearish trap, almost over the 17 EMA right there. All right, let's take a look at our economics. Take a look at our calendar today. This morning, we got CPI at 8:30. So they're going to talk about inflation. The inflation data is going to come out. And then at 2 p.m., FOMC, the Fed's going to talk about it right there on what they plan to do about it. All right? So the data comes out at 8:30. And then at 2 p.m., the Fed's going to talk about what they plan to do about it. Right there. All right? So there we go. Got a couple Fed speakers, got a petroleum report, and that's about it. That's the main event today. All right? It's going to get wild and whippy, and you might just want to sit on your hands today till everything settles out. Tomorrow, jobless claims at 8:30, PPI final demand at 8:30, natural gas report at 10:30, and that's it. And the rest of this, consumer sentiment on Friday, import-export prices on Friday. Okay, so the rest of this is really nothing compared to what's going to happen today and how the market interprets this for the week. All right, so max pain for today is 519. We just shot through there last night, so we'll see what happens with that. U.S. dollar. Okay, here's the dollar on the daily chart. Okay, U.S. dollar closed right there. About 104.11, 104.12. Okay, U.S. dollar still in an uptrend until we break this low right here. Okay, so U.S. dollar still in an uptrend until we break this low down here. So U.S. dollar kind of hovering right over here, right over the flat 200 SMA. Right there on the daily chart. So U.S. dollar still in an uptrend. Earnings calendar for today, okay? We got nothing that's going to move the market, but there might be some familiar names. I think that's Chico's, Delta Airlines. Tomorrow, Constellation Brands, Fastenal. Nothing that's going to move the market, but again, some familiar names. And on Friday, all right, we got some market movers here. All right, so JP Morgan's going to report. Wells Fargo's going to report. BlackRock's going to report. Citigroup's going to report. State Street's going to report. Notice they're all big banks. They're all reporting before the market opens on Friday. All right, so the main events Wednesday, that's today, and Friday. All right, so that's it right there. All right, traders, I want to thank you for being here today. Everybody out there in video land, thank you for being here. Thank you for the kind comments. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for joining Facebook group. Appreciate it, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'll see you all at 4 out there in video land. For everybody in the BYOB trading room, I'll take your questions. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in there. If not, I'm going to render my video.